Hey, what's up, guys? It's Curry Gaming here, and usually I don't all the time usually show my face. I've shown my face like a couple videos, but I haven't shown my face in like quite a while. But this is kind of a different video than what I would usually do. So today we're gonna have a little discussion video. So I am a huge pro wrestling fan, besides monster trucks and all that stuff. And for the wrestling topic, we are going to be discussing probably the most well-known pro wrestling company in the world, WWE. So we are going to discuss, so we're going to discuss, is WWE heading in the right direction? Well, let's talk about that. So during most of near the end of 2021 to the beginning of 2022 for the company, Vince McMahon, was on his last years of being the chairman for WWE. And I will say there were a few flaws when it came to the company. A lot of good wrestlers were nerfed and didn't really get a big push like they should have. And a lot of like strong wrestlers, like a lot of big and powerful wrestlers, ones that are like dominant all the time, were nerfed because of Vince McMahon. And he also kind of came up with some silly gimmicks, but yeah, I mean, it seems like every fighter or every wrestler that originally challenged Roman Reigns would just be nerfed just so easily Roman could win. And yes, granted, I do think Roman is a very OP wrestler, but he can't be undisputed WWE Universal Champion for long. So now, present day for WWE, Triple H is now in charge. So Triple H seems to have more creative liberty in mind, and a lot of things you may have noticed about what has originally happened as of late is that he has been bringing back pro wrestlers that have been originally released from the company, I mean, for example, he brought back superstars like Dakota Kai, who deserved a main roster promotion for a long time. So I'm glad she's finally on the main roster, because if they were going to bring her back, I was like, don't bring her back to NXT because she has so much experience now to be in the main roster. So I'm glad she's finally in the main roster. She is kicking butt so far. I really love the tag team she's a part of with Bayley and Io Shirai, now named Io Sky for some reason. But it's kind of fitting because she is called the Genius of the Sky. But none of that matters. He's also brought back Karrion Kross and his wife Scarlett Bordeaux. He's brought back Dexter Lumis, and he has also brought back the faction known as Hit Row. So those are the originally released superstars I can think of that have been brought back. However, though, what I don't know is, will Scarlett get in the ring and compete in the women's division? That I don't know. But as far as I know, I think she's still the manager for her husband, Karrion Kross. But I mean, I'm happy to see Karrion Kross back because he's an excellent wrestler. I mean, he's a former NXT champion, and I mean, he's just too good. I'm a huge fan of Karrion Kross. But this is what I will say when it comes to Triple H bringing back certain superstars that were originally released. Do not expect any ex-WWE superstar that signed with other pro wrestling companies like Impact Wrestling or AEW. So, uh, so ex WWE superstars that have signed with other companies, like such as Mia Yim, Tony Storm, Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland. You may originally known him as Isaiah Swerve Scott, Ruby Soho, formerly known as Ruby Riott, etc. Any released WWE people that have signed with other companies, don't expect them to return to WWE. So, um, so as far as I know, if Triple H is gonna offer to re-sign any released WWE people, it has to be ones that have not signed with other companies. So, I mean, possible people that could return. I don't know, Sarah Logan, Tegan Knox, Bray Wyatt, etc. Um, I could see them possibly returning. So, but then again, you just never know. Um, and I will say a lot of wrestlers that have still been in the company are getting a good push so far. I mean, Shayna Baszler's getting a title opportunity at Clash of Castle. She's going to be challenging Liv Morgan for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So I'm glad that Shayna is finally getting another push. Because I mean, she's a great fighter. I mean, she's a former UFC fighter. She's got lots of experience, and she's a two-time NXT Women's Champion. Uh, so she's just that good. So I'm glad they gave her a push. Um, and I will say, yeah. So as I mentioned, a lot of wrestlers that are still in the company are getting a good push, getting more title opportunities, scoring a lot of more victories and what have you. Um, but yeah. So I don't know how long I want to spend on making this, but I will do the best I can to wrap it up. Um, but yeah. So I do think. So I don't know. This is what I have. So I think this is what I have to say. Do I think WWE is heading in the right direction? Absolutely. I think with Triple H now in charge, WWE won't be like, I wouldn't say in its prime, but I mean, like I said, heading in the right direction. Like starting to get as they're starting to get like they're starting to get better. Because I mean, like I said, Triple H bringing back popular superstars that were originally released and now they're back. Um, unlike ex WWE people that have signed with other companies. So like I said, don't expect released WWE people that sign with companies like AEW or Impact or Control Your Narrative to return to WWE, because most likely that will never happen. So, but anyway, but yes, as I was saying, WWE I do think is heading in the right direction, thanks to Triple H, because well, he is bringing back. He is offering to re-sign any released WWE talent that has not signed with another company, and I don't know. I think I don't know. I think Triple H is gonna do an excellent job running the company the rest of this year and going forward. So yeah, yes. So I do believe WWE is heading in the right direction. I'm glad that Triple H is starting to give more opportunities to other wrestlers, and I don't know, just give plenty of wrestlers a push. So, like I said, I'm glad he was able to give Shayna a push because she's needed that so long, and yeah, she's finally getting a title opportunity. I'm sure other wrestlers will get a push as well. So so yeah, I think that